Recently, CD Projekt Red announced its new expansion for The Witcher 3 called Songs of the Past. I was beyond hyped for this because The Witcher 3 is one of my favorite games, like it is for many. It's incredible how well The Witcher 3 holds up to this day and how much better it is than most games we see coming out. I logged back into my Witcher 3 character, and after slaying some monsters, it got me thinking about Witcher 4 and how I feel about it. The Witcher 4 doesn't just need to be good, it needs to make a statement. The devs need to lock in, take their time, and set the standard for what a next-gen RPG looks like. In a landscape that is starved for legendary single-player experiences, this game carries a heavier burden than even GTA 6. The Witcher 4 needs to bring back the classic deep dive RPG that real gamers crave. CD Projekt Red needs all hands on deck and to not take shortcuts because the gaming world needs a masterpiece now more than ever. It's not uncommon to hear The Witcher 3 being thrown around as a gamer's favorite of all time. In fact, I would consider it to be a mild take to say The Witcher 3 is one of the best games of all time. Many people agree it's top 3, even possibly the best of all time. The Witcher 3 is so universally loved and genre defining that it made a humongous impact on many gamers. The Witcher 3 raised the bar for what an RPG should be. It delivered a masterclass in world building by blending a dark, gritty atmosphere with exceptional writing. Every choice you made felt heavy. Every monster you tracked felt dangerous in its own unique way. And the quest design was so gripping and engaging, it made every other open world game look lazy by comparison. The Witcher 3 became the gold standard for what an RPG looked like that people are trying to replicate to this day. The RPG landscape right now is in dire straits. It has been littered with trash for far too long. We've been given disappointments like Forspoken, Starfield, and Dragon Age the Veilguard. These games are absolute garbage and make you wonder if the narrative-driven RPG is a dying breed. Is this what these devs think we want? Do they even know how to make a good game? Sure, you get thrown a bone every once in a while with something like Elden Ring, but that's more of an action sandbox, not a story-first epic. You can also throw in all your movie game garbage here that is plaguing the RPG genre. I don't mind a cutscene every now and then, but let me play the game. For gamers who crave choices that matter, well-written dialogue, and worlds that feel alive, the drought has been brutal. The RPG landscape is filled with talentless hacks for devs, and we need The Witcher 4 to save the genre. There is a lot of things to be excited about when it comes to The Witcher 4. Number one thing is it's being made by CD Projekt Red. No game studio is without its flaws, but CD Projekt Red just makes games that are fun to play and get me hooked. Of course, you have The Witcher 3. Amazing game all around, 10 out of 10. But they didn't just stop at making an amazing game. They made 2 expansions that are out of this world, and honestly, some of the best the RPG world has ever seen. Hearts of Stone is a straight killer, no filler adrenaline rush of pure RPG goodness. Master Mirror is the perfect evil villain. He gives off the mysterious and powerful presence that made me fall in love with him immediately. Every side quest and fight in this expansion is pure excellence. Blood and Wine is also an amazing expansion, offering a huge new map to explore with an interesting vampire questline and unique side quests. I'm also a huge Cyberpunk 2077 fan. I know a lot of people love to hate on this game, but the setting and quests are unmatched, especially by the modern dog shit we are forced to endure. Driving around Night City and getting chromed to the gills are some of the most fun I've ever had playing an RPG. Phantom Liberty was also a great DLC in my opinion. I wouldn't consider it on the level of Hearts of Stone, but it was still a great addition to the game, and you can tell the devs put effort into it and expanded on the game in a meaningful way. Of course, studios don't stay the same forever. Just look at how far Obsidian has fallen, but I would consider CD Projekt Red to have a great style and value making a good game with amazing stories over pushing hack agendas. Another reason I'm excited for The Witcher 4 4 is being able to play as Ciri. Now, I do prefer playing as a guy in an RPG, but after playing The Witcher 3, I fell in love with Ciri as a character. We went from raising and protecting Ciri to watching her come into her own. She has the look, she has the depth, and she has a cool set of powers with her elder blood. Who doesn't want to be teleporting around everywhere? Ciri is the chosen one and has immense magical powers with her elder blood. She was also trained in magic by Yennefer. On top of that, she was fed the mushrooms around Kaer Morhen that accelerated her muscle density and sharpened her reflexes. She was also trained in the ways of Witcher combat by Geralt and Vesemir. We also learn in the cinematic reveal trailer she underwent the trial of the grasses because she has the cat eyes of a Witcher. So if she wasn't OP enough, she now has even more enhanced strength with heightened speed and reflexes, the ability to consume Witcher potions, immunity to diseases, and the ability to see in the dark with her cat-like eyes. I say all this about her powers because it's exciting to think about all the gameplay possibilities with this unique set of tools at her disposal. Slicing some monsters with blades, doing some sick magic, and teleporting around sounds like an endlessly fun gameplay loop. I know some people are salty that Ciri is the first female Witcher and doesn't make sense she passed the trial because usually only men are tough enough, and even then most still die. But honestly, it shouldn't surprise anyone that she was able to complete the trial of grasses. She's literally built differently and was basically trained from birth to be a badass, so I think it makes plenty of sense she's a Witcher, but mainly I'm excited for all the gameplay possibilities. Finally, I'm going to talk about what worries me about The Witcher 4. The number one concern I have about the new Witcher game is it being made in Unreal Engine 5, primarily because I've heard CD Projekt Red is having a tough time with UE5, and that could lead to some serious problems with the quality of the game. Also, the last thing I want for The Witcher is to lose its unique art style and look like every other UE5 ultra-realistic, bland game. Most UE5 games are known to run bad with poor optimization, aggressive hardware requirements, and the last thing we need is a game as important as The Witcher 4 to be a glitchy mess. Which brings me to my next worry about The Witcher 4, is it releasing in an absolute broken state. CD Projekt Red has a track record for releasing games with major issues. The most notorious example of this is of course Cyberpunk 2077. The game was literally unplayable on Xbox One and PS4 with abysmal frame rates and terrible loading times. Even if you had a monster PC, there was game crashes, save file corruptions, NPCs T-posing everywhere. The UI was an absolute mess and still wasn't optimized well. This wasn't just a Cyberpunk problem. When The Witcher 3 first released, it also suffered from corrupted saves, bugged quests, and performance stutters. CD Projekt Red has a track record for rushing their games out and not optimizing them well. They really need to take their time and make sure everything is running right. My next concern is how the game is going to look. With the release of the Witcher 4 tech demo, it looks like it could still have a unique Witcher art style even in Unreal Engine 5. The tech demo, of course, isn't actual gameplay, but if the game looks remotely similar to what they proposed, the game is going to have a great look and a beautiful world. That is, of course, if they aren't overselling what the game is going to look like. They have done this in the past with Cyberpunk 2077 and the infamous fake E3 demo that looked nothing like the game would upon release date. It's also questionable the art style they're trying to do for The Witcher 4. Obviously, a cinematic reveal trailer isn't going to be the exact art style they are going for in the game, but the way Ciri looks in the cinematic trailer versus the tech demo is wildly different in my opinion. Some people claim it's just lighting or a stylistic choice that makes her look different in the cinematic, but she looks very off to me. In the cinematic, she looks like a depressed lead singer of an emo rock band. She comes off very uncanny and doesn't embody the look of Ciri to me. I much prefer the look she has in the tech demo that gives us a more mature, battle-hardened look, but she still has that unmistakable charm that we all fell in love with in The Witcher 3. It looks looks natural, more mature, and actually looks like Ciri. The final concern I have for The Witcher 4 is about the writing itself. For far too long, we've seen narrative-driven RPGs sacrifice their own stories to appeal to a corporate checklist. Nobody wants deep character development to be replaced by hollow girl boss archetypes. I'll admit this isn't my biggest concern. CD Projekt Red has earned some trust from me. They have a good track record for well-written, strong female leads. Just look at Yennefer, Triss, or even Ciri herself in The Witcher 3. These are fierce, flawed, and multi-dimensional women characters that feel like real people in a real world. Hopefully the studio stays true to this legacy of well-written characters, and they continue to focus on authentic, high-caliber storytelling instead of modern pandering that strips the soul out of everything. The stakes have never been higher for The Witcher 4. CD Projekt Red has proved they know how to make a good game. They just need the discipline to take their time, iron out all the kinks, and prioritize authentic storytelling over pandering. CDPR holds the future of the genre in their hands. The world needs The Witcher 4 to be a masterpiece. Thanks everyone for watching this video. Let me know down in the comments what you think about The Witcher 4. And if you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe.